Hey everyone, morning. Welcome to the King Angel Show, and if you're returning, welcome back. King Angel, San Francisco Bay Area live streamer and content creator here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Let's see, I'm checking out, wonder what's going on. I was trying to figure out maybe some changes that needed to be done for... Sorry, let me adjust this real quick because I was trying to figure out if I could connect the PS5 to my current setup, see if I could play something. I've been trying to play that demo, Final Fantasy 16 demo, and I was trying to adjust it yesterday, but I think, yeah, I forgot to change some of the settings here, so... Let's see. Sorry, I apologize. I don't think I'm gonna be able to change anything because it's all. Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully it'll all go well. But I did see it hiccup at the beginning, so I apologize for that. But like I said, welcome to the King Angel Show. Reviews, live streams, discussions, wide range of topics: true crime, murder mystery, arts, music, movies, culture, a little bit of everything. You already know who I am. San Francisco Bay Area live streamer and content creator. All is well. All is well. Not gonna lie. Feeling a little better than I have been the last couple days. I was supposed to have streamed this week, but I have to balance, first of all, the internet here in the house, and second, I have obviously been working on myself to be able to kind of feel better too, because I haven't been feeling the greatest the last few weeks, but between yesterday and today, I've been feeling pretty awesome. I hopefully we'll have some great news next week. Let's see how everything goes, but for now, happy to be here. You know how happy I am to be in front of a camera, just engage, converse, read some news. I found some great new websites that we're going to be checking out. Some like odd, weird news. We which is wonderful, but we all already read all that's interesting. So I found two that are kind of in the same line as that specific website. We'll skip over Good News Network today and whatnot. That's what we did the last time I streamed, which was Monday. Yeah. It's been a few days. I've been streaming less. I want to go back to streaming more, obviously, but it's a balance because it all depends on how you wake up in the morning, and then everything just kind of stumbles from that point on. So the mood in the morning sets the tone for your attitude, and you've already heard me mention it before, but you know, tough times. It makes it a lot harder, and you just start focusing on other things that you kind of need to start doing. It's crazy, but nonetheless, onward, pushing forward. The process is confusing and overwhelming, but the end result is worth it. So that's my focus right now, and good times. That's what I'm gearing towards. Better times, and that's coming. So yeah. And also adding to that, if you're watching me, just know that you're worth a whole lot, and wear you're worth like a badge. Just wear that shit, and keep pushing forward. It gets tough really quickly, and sometimes it's unbearable, but nonetheless, we can only move forward, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna read some entertaining news. You already know where to find me, all across social media: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to further support me, you have two ways to do that. You can either use your Amazon Prime here on Twitch. You can subscribe to my channel, or you can become a Patreon member for $2 a month. That opens up a wide range of benefits. You get full unedited videos there. You get the audio versions, pictures that are exclusive to Patreon members, review and reaction videos that are also exclusive to Patreon members as well. Random topic days are for Patreon members only. Discord channels, etc. There's a whole bunch of benefits there. So check it out. I have a 7-day free trial going on right now. I would really love you to check out. And if you like what I do and the content that I post there, then just remain. Stay a member. Again, it's $2 a month. And those are the only two ways monetarily that you can support me. You can also just follow me on Twitch as well. That would be greatly appreciated. And last but not least, I have two more. First one is YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, watch my videos, like them, comment on them, let me know what you think. And last but not least, King Angel's Entertainment Lounge, that's my Discord. Feel free to join. We have an event happening at 5 p.m. today, Pacific Standard Time. So that whatever time that is on your end, we're going to be watching a movie. And would love for you to join. It's a pretty long movie too, so that's King Angel's Entertainment Lounge. All those links you can either scan with your phone if you're watching me on a laptop, or right here. Bam! That QR code will take you to my link tree, and there you can check out all my links. Pick your poison. You can also just check out the description box of this live stream, or just go to the About section on Twitch if you're watching me there. So that's basically it on the informative side of everything. Like I said, I'm feeling pretty great today. Happy Friday. Feeling wonderful. I tweaked a few things here on, especially on the next screen. Of course, before I forget, very important. If you are hearing the audio version of this, that means you're a Patreon member. I really appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. Your support means the world to me, and I hope you enjoy this. Let's move on to the other screen. It's a few really interesting articles here that I think we're going to have a fun time reading and watching videos of. Bam! Hey, I made myself bigger. See? Fitting the screen a little more. Feel a lot more comfortable like this. I also will be doing my first just like TikTok stream. Not on TikTok, but I am compiling a list of like non-copyright music TikTok videos that we would be able to enjoy together. So it's for next week. And also next week I plan on doing a book showing as well, like I did before. It's mostly because I am applying to jobs and whatnot, and when I do get one that I like, that, crossing fingers, it's very, very soon, I have to change the schedule. So I won't be streaming in the morning. It's either waking up like really, really early and streaming extremely early, or I'd have to stream when I get home. So I mentioned this last week, but it'd be changed from Coffee, the News, and Us to, I don't know. I'm thinking of maybe like the evening, an evening, the News, and Us, or something similar, or something kind of sort of the same, but it's obviously not coffee because people don't drink coffee at night, or like it's not a common thing that people do. They don't really drink it in the morning, and my streams are in the morning. So once I get that job, then join the Discord. I'll keep you posted there for any changes in the schedule, like when that happens, because again, it's when, not if. Yeah, I'll let you know. That was just basically it. So we'll move on to reading this website. This one is called upi.com. I don't know, I just found it. I randomly put something on Google and this one popped up, and it has some pretty interesting, funny articles. We'll start with this one that they posted yesterday, and it's pretty short too. I like these short ones. Has a video, but I'll read it. It's a wandering bear captured at Florida airport. Again, we're reading from upi.com. This was written by Ben Hopper, published yesterday, June 15th, 2023. It says, a black bear was safely captured and relocated after being seen wandering the grounds of Florida's Tampa International Airport. Airport officials said in a news release that a Transportation Security Administration employee first spotted the bear walking along a perimeter fence Tuesday and reported the sighting to the Hillsborough County Aviation Authority. A few weeks ago, we watched some videos of bears invading homes, and yeah, that is no joke right there. We saw the one of the bear going into the dude's truck and sitting in like the front seat. We don't want that. And especially if you live here in California, you're prone to having a bear, depending on where your location is. I've mentioned it before. I used to live in the mountains a while ago, and we had a bear problem. And that was interesting, to say the least. If you didn't hear that episode, because it was wife and I, but tackling the aftermath of what the bear would do with the garbage. And I mean tackle because he would just like drag the whole bin into the wooded area, and it was just, that was horrible. There's a whole bunch of poison ivy there too, man. It's damn bear. But it didn't matter what we did. Like, we even strapped all bins that had trash in them. We put rope on it. We sealed it as much as we can. But dude, the claws on that bear, it's no joke. No joke at all. He ripped that shit off with no problem. We just stopped putting the trash outside because it was getting unbearable at that point. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission was contacted and set a trap in the area. The bear was spotted again on Wednesday, and FWC personnel were called out to the scene. They attempted to tranquilize the bear twice, but the animal gave them the slip. The bear ended up being captured later Wednesday when it wandered into the trap. The airport said the bear was relocated to wildlife preserve elsewhere in the state. Sorry, let me put the volume up. See what they say about the bear.
On the run, this bear is now headed back to where he belongs. We have followed his travels, first seen in Carrollwood, then Town and Country, and finally, last night, crews spotted him at Tampa International Airport. Fox 15's Justin Matthews is live for us at the airport tonight. So, Justin, how exactly were they able to catch him?
Well, Ali, the FWC worked with airport managers and police to make sure that bear did not go too far. So this Florida black bear was initially spotted at the Tampa International Airport yesterday afternoon. So airport managers say one of the TSA agents saw the bear roaming around the north side of the airport close to an employee parking lot. Now, TPA's operations team and the police department notified the FWC. They set up a perimeter. They didn't see it for the rest of the day or in the evening. And overnight, the Tampa Police Department flew its helicopter and used infrared cameras to keep track of the bear, saying it slept within the perimeter all night long.
Look at it. Oh, shit.
This morning...
the bear looks like a kitty cat sleeping. It sleeps with its paws up. Or claws up, whatever you want to call it.
And then this morning...
Bear, saying it slept within the perimeter.
Belly up, paws up. Damn, that's a pretty good infrared.
All night long.
And then this morning, the bear made several attempts to come out of the woods.
It was hungry.
Florida Wildlife Commission unsuccessfully attempted twice to tranquilize the bear. Eventually, the bear went into one of the traps, was lured into one of the traps, and was safely captured unharmed.
And last month, a black bear was spotted in Carrollwood 5 times over a 5-day period. The FWC says it's likely the same bear. That is likely the same bear that got into the airport's property. Airport managers say the bear likely scaled a fence to get into TPA. A very unique situation, of course, and the FWC was, able to safely get a hold of the bear, and that bear has been transported to the Ocala, or I should say relocated to the Ocala National Forest. Allie.
Well, we're certainly going to miss following all of his adventures, but I'm sure he's going to be happy to be somewhere a little bit more rural and not have to scale any fences to get to where he needs needs to go. All right, Justin.
Exactly.
Hopefully that bear didn't have any contact with humans. So we already know what happens there, but I got a sour day with that. All right, let's move on to the next one. It says Maryland man's lucky lottery numbers pay off after nearly 10 years. The power of persistence, I guess. Still the same, UPI.com, written by same person, Ben Hopper. A Maryland man won a $50,000 lottery prize after using the same set of numbers to enter bonus match 5 drawings for nearly a decade. The same set of numbers to enter bonus match 5 drawings for nearly a decade. I mean, if you really think about it, how many times did this person play those numbers? What if this person played those numbers every single day? Hold on. So, $10 years would be 2013. Still $2. So let's just say, oh no, okay, so the Temple Hills man told Maryland lottery officials he bought a $4 ticket with 6 lines of numbers for the May 28th bonus match 5 drawing at Modern Liquors on Iverson Street in Temple Hills. One of the lines on the ticket bore the numbers 568 2330. So it was, okay, hold on. Is the bonus match, but it's drawing, so it's not a what I'm going to is my whole point. How long was he buying these tickets for? 10 years, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't buy just one ticket 10 years ago and then bought one now, and coincidentally that number came up. He probably bought a whole bunch of tickets. If you think about it, that shit adds up. So, while, yeah, $50,000 is pretty good. I mean, he does have to account for taxes from there, so probably like $40K. If he bought one of these tickets, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe 3 times a week. So that'll be 12, 4. So $48. So if he, I mean, if you really think about it, yeah, he would have had spent at least a good chunk of that money before he won this prize, which is, I guess, the whole balance between buying lottery tickets, because yeah, you could eventually win, but if you buy it for a very long time, like 10 years worth, and you're buying like 2 tickets per week or something, that adds up. It's a lot of money. Let me see. I'm gonna try doing this math again. So it was 570, just that, and then I did 10 years would be yeah. He would have probably spent, like, after taxes, close to the same amount, only in like lottery tickets. So yeah, technically he made his money back. I play the same numbers all the time. I've been doing it for years. So it's safe to say that he obviously did this for quite some time, a few times a week. So is $50,000 really that much in the grander scheme of things, or is it just that after 10 years he made his money back, which is, I don't know, I guess fair if you think about it. If he would have won like $1 million or something, then yeah, it would definitely outweigh the fact that he spent all that money to eventually win that big jackpot. But $50,000 after taxes and stuff, because you still have to pay the government for the money that you win. Yep. The math ain't mathin', I'll tell you that much. It says, those lucky numbers ended up being drawn, earning him a $50,000 prize. Another line of numbers on his ticket earned him an additional $15. The winner said he plans to use some of his prize money to pay bills, and the rest will go into savings. Dude, better that than going crazy with what could, I mean, equate to like 40,000 some odd dollars after taxes. Let's do this. Sri Lanka doctors remove 5.26 inch, 1.76 pound kidney stone from patient, and he has the kidney stone in his hand. That is crazy. Still same webpage, upi.com, written by Ben Hopper. The sentence under the picture, which is quite weird in and of itself. Like, look at the size of that kidney stone. I've been lucky, I guess. I've never had kidney stones before. I have known some guys, friends of mine, that have had kidney stones, and yeah, let's just say I've rarely seen dudes like wither in pain like I've seen them with like passing a kidney stone. Holy shit. I mean, look at the size of this. For you that's hearing the audio version of this, picture going to Target, right? And normally they do this either for Valentine's Day or they do it for maybe Halloween. I think I've seen it for Halloween. And it's it's like the one Hershey Kiss, but it's the really big one. That's what the kidney stone looks like. It says, doctors at Army Hospital in Sri Lanka removed the kidney stone, measuring 5.26 inches long and weighing 1.76 pounds, from a patient's right kidney. So big it made it to the Guinness World Records. That is crazy. Yeah, just picture. So you that's watching, here I'm gonna. That one. Well, not that one, but wait, where is it? That big one. Right there. That's what it looks like. It looks like a huge kidney stone. It looks like a huge Hershey's Kiss, the kidney stone. Wow. That's insane. Okay, so this reads, surgeons at a hospital in Sri Lanka said a patient underwent surgery to remove a massive kidney stone that measured 5.26 inches long and weighed 1.76 pounds. Dr. Kugada's Sudarshan and the urological team at Army Hospital in Colombo performed surgery on Kanistas Kung, 62. I butchered that last name, I apologize for that. To remove the colossal stone from his right kidney. The stone measured 5.26 inches and 4.15 inches wide. Holy shit. Breaking the Guinness World Record for the largest kidney stone ever recorded. Wow. How big is a kidney, though? Okay, so normally kidneys are about the size of a fist, or 10 to 12 centimeters, about 5 inches. Wow. It's normally about 5 inches, but this kidney stone is 5.26 inches long, so it was as big as this person's kidney in and of itself. Holy shit. The previous largest stone, which measured 5.11 inches long, was removed from a patient in India in 2004. The kidney stone was also certified as the heaviest on record, weighing 1.76 pounds. Sudarshan said the team determined Kungi's kidney was still performing its normal functions, and he is now recovering well from the operation. Well, I'll be damned. Isn't that something, huh? His kidney was functioning. Wow. Kidneys are only 5 inches... about the size of a fist, or 10 to 12 centimeters, about 5 inches big. And wow, that's crazy. And what surprises me the most is that kidney was still working. Albeit it's only on the one kidney. It was from his right kidney, but nonetheless. Uh-oh. Oh. Mind the dog. Okay, so same website, upi.com. Baby raccoons rescued from rubble after Utah demolition. It's written by Ben Hopper. It says, firefighters in Utah came to the rescue of 8 baby raccoons found by a crew demolishing an abandoned house. Morgan County Fire and EMS sent in a Facebook post. The demolition crew knocked down an abandoned home on Morgan Valley Drive and heard chirping in the rubble. The crew found the source of the sound, and it was 8 baby raccoons. With the help of Morgan County Animal Control, firefighters rescued the babies and safely brought them back to the station. The post said firefighters kept them comfortable and fed while they waited for an individual with a permit to legally raise raccoons. All 8 babies are now happily on their way to their forever homes. Man, those raccoons are sneaky. Probably there for a very long time, and these people came along and just took them out of their habitat. I was here first. Well, then there were 8 baby ones, so that probably means that the mom was like somewhere around there. Could you imagine? She went to go get like food or something, and all of a sudden she comes back and her baby raccoons aren't there anymore. I can just picture them because they did have like little fingers. The mom's like, ah! Where are my kids? Dude, that sucks. I mean, good for them. Albeit, you know, they're gonna be in a home there, but we literally just took them out. Didn't even wait for their mom. And this was posted 10 minutes ago. See what else we have here on upi.com. We'll read a few more, then we'll move on to another one. Oh shit, look, this is 2 hours ago. Bear climbs into truck, eats workers' lunch in New Hampshire. Still, same website, upi.com, written by the same person, Ben Hopper, posted today, June 16th, 2023. It reads, workers for a glass company captured video when a bear wandered up to their New Hampshire worksite, climbed into a truck, and feasted on a worker's lunch. A video posted to Facebook by American Plate Glass shows the bear sitting in the passenger seat of a company truck in Sunapee and eating a worker's lunch. It's crazy, dude. You can't. I see something move out of the corner of my eye, and I turn, and it was a bear nonchalantly just having lunch in the front seat of the truck. Team member Curtis Fiddler told WHDH TV. Melinda Scott, Fiddler's mother-in-law, watched the scene play out on FaceTime. It's such a good human interest story, and just a good encounter with a bear instead of bear destruction, Scott said. There was not a single scratch on the box truck. He did no damage. He just had lunch and took a nap. The way it should be. I mean, obviously not in someone's car, but damn, this person should like not leave food in the car. That should be like a whole thing, especially certain states where bears are more prevalent. Should have that somehow put into law or something. You can't leave food in your car because these type of situations happen. And then we've talked about it here before. It's funny. We'll watch the video, we read the article, but you know, there's, again, I mentioned it before, I said it in another episode as well, there's a behind the scenes to it. So animals in the wild that make contact with humans, let's just say, that's not be a Debbie Downer here. beautiful Friday. They kaput. Kaput. No more. No más. If you know what I mean. So, again, it's funny. We enjoy watching the video. But nonetheless, that would probably be the fate for the bear. So, yeah.
Finally tonight, the good news. A New Hampshire glass company had a new employee, at least for a moment. Take a look at this. A black bear hopped into a work
that dude
truck
looks like
at a
Gavin
work site in
Newsom.
Sunapee and started eating a worker's lunch. At first, American Plate Glass welcomed the new employee, but eventually a worker had to climb onto the roof of the truck to avert the bear's attention from the food. A short time later, one of the workers spotted the bear outside the truck, having a rest after lunch. The worker said no one felt like they were in any danger. Just making himself right at home. That's going to do it for us tonight on News Center, Maine at 11.
Damn it. Let's see what else. Let's go back to the homepage. How did I end up here? Oh, because they do like news as well. Well, I'm good with that. I like this section, the odd news. Oh. Quebec woman finds message in a bottle. Launched 34 years earlier. Same website, upi.com, same person, Ben Hopper. A Quebec woman taking a walk on the beach near her cottage discovered a message in a bottle that had been thrown out to sea by a Newfoundland man 34 years earlier. Could it have been Sting? Maybe it's the original lyrics to Message in a Bottle. Trudy Schattler said she was walking with her mother-in-law on the beach near her Pagochiu cottage when she found the bottle on the rocks containing a note that was dated May 29th, 1989, 34 years and 1 week before the day she found it. I was so excited. I mean, what I'm looking for all the time is a note in a bottle, Schattler told Saltwire. I mean, Schattler said some water had gotten into the bottle, so the note written on the back of an Export A cigarette pack was damaged. Schattler could make out the bottle had been thrown into the into the water at Fox Point, 10 miles off Port au Trois, Newfoundland, but she could only make out a few letters of the author's name. Schattler posted photos of her discovery to Facebook, where they were shared nearly 200 times before coming to the attention of Port au Trois man Rick Hamlin. As soon as I seen it, I knew the writing and I said, "That's Dad's," Hamlin said. Hamlin said his father, Gilbert, was well known for launching messages in bottles. Oh, it's not the only one that's around there. Plus, I mean, I get the intention, but I mean, you are technically throwing garbage into the ocean. I mean, regardless of it being something that you would think would end up in someone's hands later on, like in this case, you would wish that would happen. Yeah, there's a good chance that just like goes down into the bottom of the ocean or ends up in like a sea life's like mouth and stuff. And again, the intention is great, but you are technically, if you're looking at it from a realistic point of view, you are littering. You're literally contaminating the ocean. So, it says Gilbert Hamlin died 2 years ago at the age of 72. Hamlin said Schattler's bottle is the first he knows of to ever be found. Schattler said she will send the bottle to Hamlin, who plans to place it at his father's grave. "Oh my gosh, wouldn't he love to say that someone finally got my message after all these years," Hamlin said. Well, I guess that's nice. Stranded raccoon rescued from highway light pole. Same website, upi.com, written by Ben Hopper. This was posted yesterday, June 15th, 2023. And it reads, a raccoon spent several hours stranded atop a light pole on a busy Rhode Island highway after being rescued by personnel from multiple agencies. Rhode Island State Police said the raccoon was first spotted atop the light pole on Route 146 near the Mineral Spring Avenue exit in Providence, about 9 a.m. Tuesday. Mike Healy, a spokesman for the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management, said a Rhode Island Department of Environmental Protection responded to the scene and ended up summoning assistance from the State Department of Transportation. Our fear, obviously, was the fact that this raccoon could fall onto the windshield of a truck or car and cause an accident on a very busy roadway, Healy told WJAR TV. Healy said the environmental police officer taught a ride worker how to use a snare device, and that worker then ascended in a bucket truck to rescue the animal. The raccoon was brought back down to the ground shortly after 6:45 p.m. The animal was last seen heading toward a nearby wooded area. It took off pretty fast, so it looked healthy, Healy said. Our raccoon was... looks like he's holding on to his dear life. Let's check out this quick short. Oh, dude. Poor thing. Oh, buddy, don't fight it. Don't fight it, my dude. Don't fight. Wait. Holy shit, dude. That raccoon's pissed. Bro, but we're trying to help you, dude. Why are you putting up a fight? Yo, that raccoon is pissed. But, bro, we're just trying to help. Man, they put the end link right in the middle of the video. Oh shit. Wow. Raccoon scurried away. Okay, I actually saw this posted somewhere else, but listen to this next article. California speed cuber solves 3x3x3 Rubik's Cube in 3.13 seconds. Same website, upi.com. Same person, written by the same person, Ben Hopper, published yesterday, June 15th, 2023, and it reads, a 21-year-old speed cubing champion broke a world record in the highly competitive sport of solving a 3x3x3 Rubik's Cube in 13.13 seconds. Guinness World Records announced Max Park took on the record at Pride in Long Beach, California, and shaved 0.34 seconds off the record set by Chinese speed cuber Yusheng Du in 2018. Park formerly held the number 2 spot in the sport with the fastest time at 3.63 seconds. The champion puzzle cube solver already held the Guinness World Record titles for single solve and average solve for the 4x4x4 cube, 5x5x5 cube, 6x6x6 cube, and 7x7x7 cube. Wow. Park, who was diagnosed with autism as a child, found speed cubing to be a good therapy. His parents, Schwan and Mickey, said in a statement to Guinness World Records. There was a time when Max couldn't even open water bottles, but he showed interest in solving Rubik's Cubes, they said. Park was featured alongside friends and fellow speed cubing champion Felix Semdegs in the 2020 Netflix documentary, The Speed Cubers. I've not seen that documentary, but let's check out this quick video on Max. Okay, so that is Yusheng Du, I guess. Or is this like someone, they don't have like their thing. But they're just saying that Yusheng Du from China holds the record for the fastest 3x3x3 solve with 3.47 seconds. Wait, I missed it? Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I was opening the, like, I was... It really was 3 seconds. Holy cannoli.
What just happened? Max just broke the world record. The atmosphere was electric. Everybody knew.
I'm not gonna leave it because it's probably like copyright music, but I just want to see that again. But there just comes like a point in the video where it just like blurs. Dude, congrats. That's what's up. Wow, that was really 3 seconds. 3.13 seconds. No joke. Good for him. I hope he beats another world record as well, and that continues to be like a whole competition and stuff. It'd be interesting to see who would beat that record of 3.13 seconds. There's going to be someone that's going to break it at some point. Man, it's just like his finger is just like, it's crazy. Alrighty, let's move on to the next one. It says, mystery emu spotted running loose in Texas. Chan, chan, chan. Same website, upi.com. By Ben Hopper. Dude, this emu looks like he's having the time of his life. If it's just solely based on this picture. But sheriff's deputies in a Texas county are on the hunt for an emu spotted running loose in the area. The Rains County Sheriff's Office said the emu has been seen running around the county road 3425 area. The sheriff's office said it is trying to identify the owners of the animal. Officials wrote that anyone who spots the emu or knows where it came from should contact deputies. Right? Did they really write this? Oh, this is their Facebook page. They really do have the... They have the post about the emu there. Man, look at the size of this. It's crazy. First edition 1984. Returned to Oregon Library after 65 years. Again, same website. upi.com. Written by the same person, Ben Hopper. This was published June 14th, 2023, and it reads, an Oregon library said a copy of George Orwell's 1984 was recently returned 65 years late with an apologetic note from the patron. The Multnomah County Library in Portland said the first edition book was returned recently with a note explaining the now 86-year-old patron had checked the tome out as a Portland State University student. Sorry to be so tardy, the note reads. At age 86, I wanted to finally clear my conscience. The library said there will be no overdue fees for the tome, as the facility is now fine-free. Dude, my mom used to get so pissed at me because of that. When I used to take out books from the library, and I never took them back, and then we'd go to said library, and I wasn't able to check out another book because we owed money. Yeah. My mom didn't like that. And then it happened to me again when I was like growing up and with video rentals and stuff like that. Because there was one back in Dominican Republic that closed, and I still have like a Blu-ray. I think that's still like back in DR, like at my parents' house. It's what's the name of that? Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy. That was the woman that had passed away quite some time ago. They had this movie where they like, get married really young or something like that. I probably owe, if that place were still to be open, few $1,000s in late fees for that. I'm glad that they didn't charge him for it, because, man, that would have sucked. The note reads, I meant to return this book in 1956 when I about to graduate. This is, I'm reading the note as it's there. When I about to graduate from PSU, but somehow never got around to doing it. After rereading, I realized that, more than ever, this book should be put back in circulation. Significant parts are as relevant today as they were 65. It says years ago, but I'm obviously he meant years ago, but if you think about it, kind of makes sense. The opening text on the page 207. Simply add the words internet and social media, and you're reading about 2023. Sorry to be so tardy. At age 86, I wanted to finally clear my conscience. WP, May 16th, 2023. Nice. Good for him for returning that book. And it is extremely important that that book is in circulation. I think that I'm not sure what actual value the book has, but I'm pretty sure that there's people that will pay a lot of money for a copy of that first edition of 1984. Like, if that one there, oh yeah, there's people that would pay a hefty amount of money for that, because obviously it's just like re-editions and like re-releases of it that have come out. So like you get the new one, they sell it on Barnes and Nobles with like the updated cover and whatnot, and you can get it hardcover and blah. But this, you could tell that that's pretty old. So I'm pretty sure that if the library would want, they would sell that to the highest bidder. Obviously, they're not going to do it if they're wanting to keep the book in the actual library. But if they do that, people are so out of their minds that someone would go and ask for that same book and just like never give it back and sell it. I mean, why not? People do worse things for less. Imagine getting your hands on a copy of a book, its first edition, and then this book out of all of them. It's pretty big. You can make a lot of money off of that. I wouldn't be surprised that that would draw the attention of a lot of greedy people, and that book, the book would be no more. All right, moving on. Let's read this next one. Indian teenager dances for 127 hours to break world record. Damn it, I can't put fucking copyright stuff, man. But this only reminds me of the dance off to save the bar. That's It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and it's when Charlie, because of his illiteracy, signs the bar up for a dance off, but the prize is the bar, so they have to dance their asses off. Pretty great episode. Not gonna lie. Anything with cricket in it, I'm there. Same website, upi.com. Written by the same person, Ben Hopper. Published June 14th, 2023. And this one reads, a 16-year-old girl in India broke a Guinness World Record by dancing for 127 hours with only brief breaks. Srushti Sudhir Jagtap took to the auditorium of her school on the morning of May 29th and kept dancing until the afternoon of June 3rd, after 127 hours of moving to the music. Jagtap was allotted one 5-minute break each hour, which she was allowed to accumulate for longer breaks, which she mostly took late at night. Wow. The teenager chose to dance in the Kathak style, one of the 8 major forms of Indian classical dance. I wanted to promote our Indian culture, she told Guinness World Records. The previous record for longest dance marathon by an individual was set at 126 hours by Nepalese dancer Bandana Nepal in 2018. Wow. 127 hours. That's crazy. See, now this is the flip side to the other story that we read at the beginning. So, same website, upi.com. 73-year-old tries lottery game for the first time, wins jackpot. Kind of the same amount. 50. The other one was 50,000. This one is 52,000 minus tax. And the person's probably getting like 43, maybe like 44. It depends on where is this? Oregon. But nonetheless, winning it for the first time, and yeah, you only spent $2 on it, and you're getting back $45,000, and that's a pretty good deal right there. So shout out to this person. I would have maybe skipped taking the picture, but nonetheless, I like seeing the videos of people that go pick up those like same lottery checks that are this big, but they don't let their actual face show, so they'll put like weird masks on. I've seen very weird costumes, which makes sense because, I mean, it breeds jealousy and greed, and dude, the more money you win, the more people you had years without talking to will suddenly just start coming up from the woodworks, just like peeking out, like, hey. When I used to do True Crime and Murder Mystery Wednesdays, remember we saw that one, if you saw it, if you were watching the show back then, we did the one about the man that won like $2 million, and in 2 years he was broke. And then obviously he was a victim of a crime. It was all being manipulated by someone that was trying to keep his money, changed all of his assets to her name, blah, blah. But yeah, it breeds that if you have it, you know, you have to share it with me, or, you know, you have to give me some of your money and stuff, and that's crazy. So I fully understand why people would go pick up that check without showing their faces and whatnot. I would definitely do the same too. I would not run the risk of taking a picture like this, even if they look so nice, they look so happy. It's just won money, but you can tell that they have never seen a true crime case. They don't watch Investigation Discovery. They're not on YouTube watching true crime videos that content creators make and whatnot, because if they would, they wouldn't be taking this picture like that. They would not be smiling in this picture even though they won that amount of money, because that's just one case that we've seen. Dude, how many other cases have we not seen of lottery winners that had like unfortunate fates? In a past episode that we did for the Coffee the News and Us, we saw the curse of the lottery winners, and that's a whole thing. Like there's some, like, we saw that case of the dude that spent all of his lottery money on meth, and he opened up he had like a huge meth lab and everything. He had like 21 counts of drug trafficking. Yeah. You would think that with so many ways for you to be able to kind of like know what to do with your money when you win it, because there's been plenty of lottery winners. You know, it's just there are certain jackpots that are really big. So some people have had that really big luck and won huge amounts of money, but not everyone can have that amount of money so suddenly, because dude, you don't know what to do with it. If you're seeing it from the outside perspective, you would come up with a plan. You would think, oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't buy the houses. But if you are broke and all of a sudden paths for you to have everything you've ever wanted just suddenly pops up, like all of a sudden you have the money to be able to do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, dude. I feel like your perspective would change, because you don't really know what to do with that amount of money. If you've never had that amount of money, have you ever had $2 million in a bank account? Because I certainly have not had it. Not at all. So in the position that I'm in now, I could say, oh yeah, I'd go to an accountant, I'd get a lawyer, I'd do this and that, but That's just me saying it because I don't have it. If I would just suddenly have that money in a bank account, to be quite honest with you, I don't know what I would do. Maybe I would take that route. Maybe I'd invest and I'd do this. Or I'd pull a YOLO and just fuck it. I'm gonna die anyways. Might as well just. And there have been people that have done that. So, I don't know. Still good for this couple that decided to also give like their full first and last name because of course, like their state, their full first and last name, their picture, so you can. You know, they look like people that live in a town where they would say that doesn't happen in this town. That would never happen in this town. On the flip side, you know, I wouldn't complain if I'd win the money. You know, I'd still win it though. So let me tell you, $45,000 right now would do a lot of us pretty good. Pretty damn good. Let me tell you. It's crazy the amount of stories that there are of people that have just like their lives just were ruined by winning the lottery. Hence the name, the curse of the lottery winners. Big amount too. It's not only like one or two people, it's a substantial amount. Alright, so but yeah, let's read about this person's good fortune. So it says, a 73-year-old woman who decided to play the Oregon's lottery's Win for Life game for the first time earned a jackpot worth $52,000 a year for... Oh. Well, damn. That's pretty good. That is... I just thought it was $52,000. No, it's $52,000 a year for life. That's a mid to high positions yearly salary in some places. She's getting that shit for life. So it'd be $52,000 when after taxes and stuff, like she would get less, but that's pretty good. Wow. That would definitely help out. Like, dude, seeing it from like the medical perspective, she could be able to like pay for like health insurance and stuff like that for the full year without even, and she would still have money left over for doing other things. She probably owns her own home. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that she does own her own home. They own their own home. Dude, that's going to be extra money that they're going to be getting in every month. If she has a job or he has a job, they're probably going to quit now. Why? They have a year's worth of salary coming in every year. They just have to try to extend that life as much as possible. So get on a diet, start doing some exercise, eating some carrots, munching up on some vegetables. Gotta do what you gotta do, bud. Gotta extend that. Can't just go. Gotta take advantage of $52,000 a year. Wow. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So the Oregon Lottery said Ruth Salvatore, 73 of Grants Pass, bought 5 tickets for the June 4th Win for Life drawing at the Grants Pass Fred Meyer store. Salvatore told lottery officials she was excited to discover she had won $2 on one ticket and was shocked when her last ticket turned out to be a top prize winner. Salvatore said the $52,000 a year prize is especially meaningful since she and her husband, Ed, are celebrating their 52nd anniversary this month. The winner said her prize money will go toward remodeling her home and taking a trip to Cancun with her husband. See? Damn. I could only imagine if there were like younger people there and they were expecting to win that because they're trying to like get out of like this huge debt and whatnot, or that money could have gone to helping them out with their kids or whatever. But that needle of luck just steered right past them and went to, still happy for them, but obviously went to a couple that looks like they're not doing bad for themselves. That this would be in addition to their lives, as opposed to it being a remedy for current situations that are happening to them. I mean, I don't know them, but if we're doing it solely based on how they look, it doesn't seem like they're doing bad in life. They look like a couple that could easily move to Florida after, like, they start winning, they start getting that money deposited. They'll retire and be like, hey, you know what? They're probably already retired. Let's head to Florida. Weather's obviously better in Florida, so as opposed to like Oregon. So, yeah, kudos to them, but damn, that's a bottom hit right there for any youngster that was trying to see if they would win that jackpot. Yeah. Again, $52,000 right now is, again, mid to high salary range in some states. In a lot of states, actually. Actually, there are states that have a very low percentage of their population that makes that amount of money a year. So, wow. Okay, we'll read one more from this website and we'll move on to another one. This title reads, Australian man sitting on toilet spots big snake atop his shower. No, I don't like this. UPI.com, written by Ben Hopper, published June 14th, 2023. And this is in Queensland, of course. It's Australia. I mean, the weirdest animals I've seen, the weirdest videos all come from Australia. Spiders, the snakes. Damn. Okay, listen to this. An Australian man sitting on the toilet at his Queensland home had a scare when he spotted a nearly 10-foot python on top of his shower. Anthony Jackson from Hudson Snake Catching said he was summoned to an Oxenford home Wednesday morning by a resident who reported seeing a big snake in his bathroom while he was using the toilet. The snake catching business posted photos to Facebook showing the coastal carpet python perched atop the shower door frame just underneath a light. After I stopped having a laugh for a few minutes, I got the hook and took it down and then it was cranky, Jackson told thenews.com.au. Jackson said the snake was apparently upset about being removed from the heat emanating from the light. You don't pay rent there, bro. The snake catcher said he avoided being bitten by the agitated snake and managed to get it into a pillowcase for safe transport into the wild. Okay. Here's a small little peek of that snake in the shower.
Well, a radical reptile has scared the living daylights out of an Oxenford resident. The man in his 20s was sitting on the toilet when he saw this curious critter descending from the bathroom heat lamp.
Yo, look how
Snake
big that
catching,
shit is.
stepping in and safely rehoming the python. Yeah.
Can you imagine sitting there? No, I can't.
Red back would be bad enough.
No way, dude. Nah, I'm good with that. I'm okay. Nah, you can find me. You can miss me. No. That was huge. Bro, that's not like a snake's dick. That is out of this world big. Alright, let's move on to another website. This is a Lad Bible. We'll go into entertainment. Let's see what they have. Again, this one is just funny, but we're going to take this with a grain of salt because sometimes they put some weird shit here. I thought I saw like a few ones that would have been a little bit interesting to see. Categories. Let's see TV and film. What are they talking about that? Obviously, I don't want to go into U.S. news or nothing like that because there are plenty of other content creators that deal with that, so you can check them out. So this one reads from, this is ladbible.com. David Attenborough's crew attacked by sharks in terrifying encounter that was something out of Jaws. Published June 15th, 2023. It was written by Caleb Jones. And this says, Sir David Attenborough is nothing short of a TV legend. And when the time comes when he is no longer on our screens, it will be a very sad day. But while many of us are more mesmerized by Attenborough's voice when watching the likes of Our Planet, what we often forget is what he is actually narrating over. Especially for the likes of Our Planet, the camera crew who go out to film the incredible footage of the animals are really putting themselves in danger for that perfect shot. In fact, some of Attenborough's crew faced a literal nightmare while filming Our Planet 2 as they were attacked by sharks. Dude, look at the size of that shit. Holy crap. They were attacked by a tiger shark. The film crew admitted they feared for their lives when their inflatable boats were attacked by man-eaters close to Hawaii while they were gathering some shots of an albatross. Perhaps the inflatable boat idea wasn't the best when filming above shark-infested water, but there you have it. The crew described it was like something from Jaws, saying they had to make a rush to dry land to escape the tiger sharks. Thankfully, they survived and lived to tell the story. The show's producer, Hugh Corday, told The Sun's TV Biz column, the original idea was to do an underwater shoot with the tiger sharks while waiting in the shallows of Laysan. But the first day the tiger sharks were around, the crew got into these inflatable boats, and 2 sharks attacked them. Wait. It was like something out of Jaws, the producer added. While the crew had plenty of experience working on wildlife shows and the potential risk they may pose, it is really no surprise everyone panicked as they were attacked on the small boats. Corday explained how the crew effectively had to make an emergency landing due to the incident, meaning they didn't get all the shots wanted for the doc. Nonetheless, the most important thing is that everyone made it out alive. Producer and director on Our Planet 2, Toby Nolan, also spoke on a terrifying incident in an interview with Radio Times. This V of water came streaming towards us and this tiger shark leapt at the boat and bit huge holes in it. Oh, damn. The whole boat exploded, Nolan said. We were trying to get it away and it wasn't having any of it. It was horrific. That was the second shark that day to attack us. I'd put this one, but it'll probably have some because it's some BBC News, so it probably has some copyright music. But isn't it a little weird that ocean life is now attacking back? We covered a few weeks ago the Orca's Revenge. You can find that on the video section on YouTube, the live streams. Yeah, and they're still doing it too. And the passing on the knowledge that one orca started and has now shown to the other ones around her. It's grown substantially, and there's a whole bunch of other attacks that have happened. Now, take a look at this. I mean, there's always been shark attacks, hence why they made the movie Jaws. But now it's happening with different sorts of like ocean life. Are they trying to tell us something? Are they tired of us humans? Have we already done enough damage to them? I don't know. That could well be. Let's see this one. It says, AI recreates Harry Potter where everyone is ripped and it's incredible. Well, we'll be the judge of that. Ladbible.com, published June 15th, 2023. This was written by Rhiannon Engley. It says, AI has made quite an impression on the internet as of late. From showing what the perfect man and woman look like to imagining what UK cities would look like in the year 2050, it's clear we're all very interested in whatever new phenomenon artificial intelligence spits out at us. kind of weird that human beings have to work these hard jobs and stress and have to do all these things, yet AI gets to create. That was a tweet that someone made, and then it became like a meme and whatnot. But think about it; it makes a lot of sense. AI is doing all this art and music and movies and writing like scripts and shit, and human beings have to do like all this hard work and shit, where you would think that the future would have been the complete opposite. See, when I was watching Terminator, and we all collectively thought that at some point the robots were going to take over, I never thought that they were going to take over and create art for us. I thought the whole point was them taking over so that human beings can go back to doing things like that and like living and having like these wonderful, beautiful experiences in life. But I don't like this deal though. Like, why is AI creating all these things? Like, put fucking AI to do all this hard work. I don't understand. It gets away with creating like scripts for movies and shit, and we're just reading it right now. Look, and the latest AI adaptation sees a recreation of Harry Potter where everyone is ripped, and it's pretty incredible. It looks horrible. AI still has a long way to go, but I get where they're coming from. It's just, they should be doing all the hard work. Human beings should be able to come up with these ideas and draw them themselves, which many people can, but not a lot of people can fully commit to their talent because they have to work 9 to 5s. That is so unfair. I don't like where this is going. The AI video offers Potterheads a chance to enter the weird and wonderful wizarding world with some slight tweaks to all their beloved characters. The clip was uploaded to YouTube by the user Fantasy Images with the description crediting the generated images to Midjourney, voices to 11 Labs, and speech animations to D-ID. So basically all made with artificial intelligence. Titled Harry Spotter, The Boy Who Lifted, the adaptation begins with the particularly wedged Dumbledore asking, "Harry Spotter, did you skip leg day again?" Dude, look how beefed up Dumbledore looks. Like, what the hell? Oh. Then the AI Harry Potter, who looks like he's been pumping iron since the Philosopher's Stone back in 2001, aptly responds, "Every day is arm day, sir." The Hogwarts headmaster continues, "It's your job. Hurry to make sure I keep drinking this protein shake, even if you have to force it down my throat." Wow, dude. Look how weird AI generated Ron, dude. Like Ron Weasley. It looks like if you would take the head of Drop Dead Fred, literally Drop Dead Fred from the movie, you crop his head out and then you put it on some random dude's like muscular body, and that's what you would get. That's what it looks like. Oh, and just like kind of paint like a little ginger beard. It's like Drop Dead Fred version 2. It does not look very good. A beefy Potter asks why he can't drink it himself, to which Dumbledore explains, "Because I need to bulk, Harry." Bet that's a sentence you never thought you'd read. Voldemort, or should I say Swoldemort, even got in on the action, offering a slight remix to one of his most infamous lines, "There is no good in evil. There is only weight and those too weak to lift it." Even a strapping Sirius Black wasn't exempt from the AI rendering, seen sporting a muscular tank, saying, "If you want to know what a man's like, take a look at how much he benches." Some god tier wisdom right there. Dude, like, this looks like so out of place. I get it, but it looks so weird. The Swoldemort looks like the the really tall ones from. Damn, what's the name of that movie? I guess it would be the prequels to Alien. Damn it! Just completely slipped my head. I'm gonna have to look for it. Prometheus. There we go. Sorry. So, the Svoldemort looks like... like this. So, well, I'll actually open the picture. Looks like the character at the beginning. I guess oh, they're the engineers. Gotcha. Yeah. Let me take myself out. That one. I don't even know what direction I'm pointing at. So, yeah. Except if it'd be like his darker, evil-looking counterpart. The video has since gone viral after clocking up over 4.4 million views on the platform, and it's clearly gone down a treat with fans of the franchise, amassing over 150,000 likes. Thousands have since raced to the comments to share their reactions to the extremely bizarre video. Is there a link to the actual video? Do they put it here? Oh, I guess so. Okay. We'll just look for it on YouTube. So it's not links, it's just, those are keywords. No link to the actual video? Boo. I think that's what this empty space is here. I don't know why it's not loading. But we'll look for it on YouTube. Okay, so it's this one. Harry Spotter, the boy who lifted.
Harry Spotter, did you skip leg day again?
Every day is arm day, sir.
It's your job, Harry, to make sure I keep drinking this protein shake, even if you have to force it down my throat.
Why can't I drink it, sir?
Because I need to bulk, Harry.
There is no good and evil. There is only weight, and those too weak to lift it.
If you want to know what a man's like, take a look at how much he benches.
Alright, that last one, the one with the hawk head, that's weird. I feel like that was the one that was the most out of place out of like all of them. That's okay. You know, okay. I take it back. We have a long way to go. Yeah, we definitely have a long way to go. Ooh, that was not. Some of it was okay, I guess, but yeah. I will say this though. The fact that this exists and it's something that is happening is pretty damn scary in and of itself, but if we were basing it solely off of what we just saw right now, yeah, we still have a long way to go. Yeesh. Alright, this one reads, The Repair Shop viewers seriously disturbed by demonic Mr. Bean doll. Same website, ladbible.com. Published June 15th, 2023. This was written by Gregory Robinson. It says, we've all seen our fair share of spooky dolls, from Chucky to Brams, which may explain why the Repair Shop viewers were so terrified watching Wednesday's episode, June 14th. The popular BBC series had a surprising visitor in the form of George, a little boy with a few scratches on his face and an unfortunate hairdo. But George is not human. In fact, he's a very old ventriloquist doll who was made all the way back in 1898. Keep it away. Keep that shit away from me. George's owner, Alison Gunn Robson, is absolutely infatuated with the doll, but acknowledged that the rickety boy wasn't everyone's cup of tea. I mean, you think? One look at George will tell you that the doll was in desperate need for a makeover, but as the team got to work, viewers at home were left seriously disturbed. One concerned viewer tweeted, I'm not saying that this ventriloquist doll on at BBC One, the Repair Shop, is demonically possessed, but I would suggest it is burnt and the ashes are spread across the world, just to be safe. Hashtag the Repair Shop. Another wrote, was going to watch the Repair Shop, but just seen there's a ventriloquist dummy on tonight's episode. I just can't. A third person complained, I was going to watch the Repair Shop, but it's swiftly turned into the stuff of nightmares. Someone else joked, I'm surprised George didn't kill them all in their sleep. After George had this makeover, one Twitter user compared his brand new look to Mr. Bean, writing, did anyone else think the ventriloquist dummy ended up looking like Mr. Bean on the Repair Shop? Perhaps this is a perfect example of not judging a book by its cover, eh? Dude, look at that doll, man. Get out of here with that. Child play ruined dolls for a lot of people. We haven't been able to get over it. I had a... What were they called? I had a Cabbage Patch Kid at one point. I had also... Here's the thing. Because the 90s were weird. Late 80s, early 90s. Because they used to have Cabbage Patch dolls and shit like that. But they had them for like... I think it was like boys and girls. But they also had the one that was where I think they took the inspiration for Chucky from. And it was like that the blonde one that had like overalls and shit too. I remember throwing that having my mom throw that out for me pretty quick after I saw Child's Play, because I was deathly afraid of any doll that would resemble Chucky from that point on. It's crazy. Now, I enjoy all those movies, even the bad ones. I bring them. Keep this away from me, but bring me the movies. I'll watch them with whole heart, but not this shit. Dude, look how weird that doll looks. It looks like it has too many human-like features that makes it look like it comes to life at night, like they mentioned beforehand. People have not seen The Conjuring. George helped Allison through a difficult time at school when she was 11 years old. They also didn't want... I haven't seen Drop Dead Fred either. That guy, the one I mentioned before, because Drop Dead Fred, albeit it's not a doll, it's a... No, wait. No, it's not a doll. He does become one at some point, but it's not a doll. It's in her head, and it's her imaginary friend. But nonetheless, Allison struggled with dyslexia, and the old fella gave her confidence as she performed with him at school and made him say cheeky things about teachers without getting the pair in trouble. George could say what he liked. It wasn't me saying it. It was George, Allison explained. I think he helped me through quite a bad time. I was very dyslexic, and so you have quite a big inferiority complex, I think, and you're shy. And I think having George meant I would talk freely with confidence. And also, when you live alone, you're not talking to yourself. Shit. She continued before confessing, I know he's maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but he's just such a dear old fellow. Yeah, someone should seriously check up on this lady. I think that she should like join something in her community or something. That doesn't sound right. It kind of sounds like a cry for help. I don't know, man. I'm just judging off of what I just read, but yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like. Let's see. Really? Ladbible.com. This was written by Rachel Lang, published June 14th, 2023, and it reads, Deadpool 3 has been brought forward and will be released 6 months earlier. Yes. Hollywood seems to be slowly grinding to a halt as the 2023 Writers Guild of America strike continues, with movies being put on hold as creatives continue to picket studios to demand higher pay. As a result, movie studios like Disney, Marvel, and more have delayed a number of projects in a massive reshuffle of the movie release schedule calendar. Well, all but one. It's Deadpool 3, or the little movie that could. Apparently. Just like its fast, healing, and nearly bulletproof lead character Wade Wilson, played by Ryan Reynolds, the film is bouncing back in the face of adversity. Before I continue reading, if you have not seen the first two Deadpools, I'm gonna watch them after the stream is done. Like, that's what, yeah. I absolutely love that movie. I think that they made such a great choice with Ryan Reynolds. The other cast members are hilarious. Zazie Beetz' character is pretty fucking great. The whole chemistry between all the characters, the way he plays Deadpool to like the most faithful version of Deadpool that could exist. Trash talking, fast paced, always has something to say, always has a comeback, always has a quip. It's fucking hilarious. Dirty as fuck. Curses a whole lot. I think he's the only Marvel movie that's gonna be rated R. I don't think we've had that because Multiverse of Madness was PG-13, I think, or either PG or PG-13. It didn't get an R rating, but Deadpool will most likely get an R rating. I actually read that in an article before that. It'll be Marvel's first like official R-rated movie, which fucking A, dude, because I've been waiting for this Deadpool 3 for a very long time. So it says Deadpool 3 has been officially brought forward from November 8th, 2024 to May 3rd, 2024, which pretty much tracks with the unpredictable tone of the off-the-wall superhero franchise, to be honest. That's a massive 189 days, or 6 months and 5 days, depending on how you want to look at it. But this isn't the first time Deadpool 3 has had its release date fiddled with. The third movie in the franchise was initially scheduled for release on September 6, 2024. It was pushed back to November 8th, 2024, before now being brought forward again to May 3rd of the same year. The update is music to our ears and is almost as sweet as when Reynolds revealed he and his arch frenemy Hugh Jackman would pair up for the third movie, with the Aussie star returning as Wolverine. That video is available on YouTube. I definitely recommend you watch it. It's pretty funny. I cannot wait to see the interactions between them two. Oh, it's going to be so good. The shuffle is particularly impressive as Deadpool 3 only began filming in May 2023. So that leaves the movie with just under a year to film and to prepare for its release instead of its original 18-month plan. Impressive. But if anyone can pull a rabbit out of their backside, it's most definitely Wade Wilson. As per Marvel's previous plan, May 3rd, 2024 was supposed to be the premiere date for Anthony Mackie's first solo foray into his take of Captain America. A few new titles were added to the lineup of upcoming projects in Hollywood. According to Variety, Disney shook up its release calendar to add a new Star Wars movie to the mix, as well as moving around several others. Disney's live-action Moana will now be released June 27th, 2025. An untitled Star Wars movie will hit cinemas on December 18th, 2026. Plus, the upcoming follow-up Avatar films have all been pushed back. Avatar 3 has shifted to December 19th, 2025, Avatar 4 to December 21st, 2029, and Avatar 5 to December 19th, 2031. Alright. Looking forward to it. I wonder what that untitled Star Wars movie is going to be about. I think I read a few weeks ago about rumors circulating that it's the continuation to the Rise of Skywalker film. That's like set many years after. Apparently, I mean, this is all just talk at this point. There's nothing concrete, but it's supposed to be like, I guess, Rey having formed like her own Jedi training, whatnot, and I don't remember what else they wrote about it. It seems pretty interesting, but again, at the same time, it's only talk at this point. There's nothing set in stone, and I'm sorry. Ooh, choked there a little bit. Goddamn. But yeah, can't wait to see Deadpool 3. Yikes. Same, ladbible.com. Channel 4 forced to defend itself after fake Banksy is sold for £250,000 on the greatest auction. Written by Rhiannon Ingley. Published June 13th, 2023. And it reads, Channel 4 has defended itself after a fake Banksy was sold for thousands on the greatest auction. The television channel is currently facing some criticism after the show's producers were informed that a potential Banksy piece sold for a small fortune could actually be a fake. The artwork was sold on the greatest auction last month, but one particular expert was warned of some possible issues surrounding its authenticity. Sold for a staggering £250,000, the piece in question features a stenciled black rat, a very well-known Banksy motif, with the text, "Never liked this Banksy," scrawled in red ink across it. The piece is said to be a tongue-in-cheek tribute to his iconic Never Liked the Beatles artwork that coincided with the Liverpool biennial back in 2004. However, art collector Jeff Salmon, age 70, has raised some concerns after reports that he was told he was not required to be present when Channel 4 was filming the auction scenes. He had reportedly offered to stand up during the sale and declare the pricey artwork as a forgery, referencing testimony from a firm involved in the piece's restoration. Production company Curve Media has since denied any alleged link between Salmon's absence from the auction scenes and his comments to Chief Executive Camilla Lewis. A Channel 4 spokesperson said, Jeff wanted to stand up and stop the auction, declaring the work to be not genuine. We already knew there were issues around the Banksy and that these were going to feature in the program. I think I saw a fake Banksy one. I'm actually not sure if it's an actual one or not, but underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, if you walk down there's like a hiking trail that you can walk down on one of the pillars. Obviously, not the one in the ocean, but the one on land. One of them has a Banksy on them. It says Banksy and it has like the artwork on it and whatnot, but I'm not sure if it is an actual one or if it's just a copycat that was just using Banksy's likeness to create some clout and whatnot. Or it could just well be one because it was in a very random place. Let's see. The spokesperson told Lad Bible the production team spoke to a number of experts and could not get a definitive answer as to whether this was or was not a work by Banksy, so the inclusion of the work in the program was framed around the fact that these pieces are selling for huge sums of money despite this uncertainty. The program invented a number of potential buyers, many of whom were experienced art dealers, to view and potentially bid on the lot. As was shown on the program, there was not a consensus. There's this really interesting documentary. I think it's still on Netflix. It's about that guy that faked his way into like the wine industry in the wine world, and he became like this renowned wine connoisseur, and he was getting these wines and collecting them and blah, 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 and selling wine. And dude, my man was like straight up scamming everyone that would consider themselves like the rich, like wine know-alls, and they have like these basements filled with different types of wines that cost ridiculous amounts of money, or so they thought it cost ridiculous amounts of money. Turns out homie was extremely good at art. Let's just put it that way. He was able to recreate all different types of seals and stickers, logos, and stuff, like things that winemakers would, do to add like their own certain twist to their physical representation of their product. Very old wines, very expensive wines have like these seals on them, and it makes it look like, expensive. This dude, he learned how to recreate it in a rundown kitchen. He used to live in like a studio apartment, and he was scamming people for exorbitant amounts of monies. Highly recommend that documentary. Let me see if I can find the name of it. One sec. Sour Grapes. Right there. That's the name of the documentary. Goes hand in hand with what we just read. So, a wine-soaked true crime doc with fraud, deception, and intrigue. This is written by wineenthusiast.com. Article by Sarah E. Daniels, and this was published sometime. Doesn't say when. Sour Grapes is a documentary about Rudy Kurniawan, an infamous wine fraud who swindled billionaire investors out of monumental sums of money in the early aughts. Though focused on an interesting subject in its own right, the reason is it's one of the century's most prolific intersections of wine and culture is how deftly it capitalized on a larger societal fascination. It's really, really good. And yeah, this dude was able to scam his way into the wine world, like to the point where he was hanging out with like collectors that could sell their wines, and generations of their family could live off that money and not miss a thing. That's how, like, that's who he was basically dealing with. And it happened for a very long time too. It wasn't something that just happened overnight. He spent a very long time stealing it and creating these bottles and whatnot. It's insane. Highly recommend Sour Grapes, and again, it goes hand in hand with what we're reading about, like this fake Banksy and whatnot. Specifically with the part where there were, it says, the greatest auction brings together sellers with fascinating items and collectors and dealers who are prepared to spend their own money for the right object. Whether they buy or sell is completely up to them. Crazy. They added, although the auction house is constructed for the series, the auctions are not produced. Each is led by an experienced auctioneer, and how they appear in the series accurately reflects what happened. In the episode, the show's commentary did point to the certain challenges they faced when it came to verifying the authenticity of the artwork, which was removed from a car park back in 2016. Fellow street artist Silent Bill from Liverpool has since claimed he was the real creator behind the Never Liked Banksy piece. With that said, The winning bidder, Robert Barton, has disclosed he was somewhat comforted by a general lack of claims from anyone else declaring they were the actual creator. Barton told The Guardian exactly why he didn't feel misled before purchasing the high-priced item. I believe there is enough doubt thrown on it that it makes me more nervous, but I stand by the fact that until someone proves it is not Banksy, it remains Banksy. All right, you keep telling yourself that, but you are 250,000 pounds less, so I guess that's like that's the only thing that you can say to make yourself feel better if you were to find out that Banksy is truly not real. That would be hopefully something that would be reported, because I would love to read about that happening if that scam were to come to fruition. Let's see. Oh, please. The Pope's Exorcist viewers warned only to watch terrifying horror film in daylight. Same ladbible.com. This was written by Kit Roberts, published June 11th, 2023. Viewers of The Pope's Exorcist have warned others to only watch the movie in daylight. It's not the first time a horror film has attracted such attention. No scary movie screening is complete without a blanket to hide under. Sometimes it gets even worse, especially when you're home alone. You go to bed afterwards and jump at every tiny noise and don't want to turn your back to the bedroom door. Let me tell you something. As an avid horror fan, if you're telling me without me seeing it, without me not reading any type of reviews or anyone that actually saw the movie, if the person that's making the movie is the one that's telling me that movie is the scariest movie you're ever going to watch, I'll probably watch it with some doubt. It'll probably turn out being not the scariest film. I should tell you one thing. Some of the scariest movies I've ever seen were not marketed as, like, you couldn't tell by the artwork of the movie that movie would be like traumatizing. One that pops into my head. Hereditary. It was supposed to be just like a movie. It was an A24 movie and whatnot, but because of the amount of people watching it and the impact that it had on people, that's how it started creating that lore behind it, and that's what made people want to watch it even more. It happens a lot with video games as well. Before a video game has been released, if you're already telling me that all of these major publications are giving it a 10 out of 10, I'm going to doubt it. I'm going to have some serious doubt. Something's going on. I mean, obviously, it's obviously paid. So they're paying these, publishers and these commenters and whatnot to talk, good about it. But if the general public doesn't have, where to review it themselves and give an opinion for themselves, and that's who you're supposed to be kind of listening to, because, you could take your opinion from, again, those major publications and things they have to say, but you can pair that up with actual reviews from people that are playing the game, that have watched the actual movie. How many times have we not seen on Rotten Tomatoes movies that have this high percentage and the movie sucks? Same thing for a game. When Anthem was being promoted before it was released, right, that month, right before release date, dude, they were saying IGN 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and we all know what happened with Anthem. If you're a gamer, you know what happened. It was a complete piece of shit. How many times have we not seen movies that have, in this case, amazing trailers, and the movie is caca, poo-poo? How many times have you seen movies with weird trailers and you're like, what the fuck, what is this? And the movie ends up being Midsummer. You would never guess that movie would head down the path that it's heading down towards. Unless you know about, like, cults and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. If the same company that's making the movie and... this is the viewers of The Pope's Exorcist, but... to only watch the movie in daylight. Isn't this Russell Crowe? Yeah. But it seems The Pope's Exorcist starring Russell Crowe may even be too terrifying to watch at night, never mind at home alone. The new movie is supposedly based on true stories of exorcism by the Vatican's own exorcist. A summary released by the movie explains that it is inspired by the actual files of Father Gabriel Amorth, chief exorcist of the Vatican. Crowe stars as the Vatican's chief exorcist, who must carry out an exorcism on a child. However, it turns out that it goes deeper than it seems, and he uncovers a secret the Vatican has kept hidden away. Spooky stuff. For some viewers, the warnings about just how scary the movie is were well founded, with many admitting that it left them well and truly horrified. One wrote, "Watched The Pope's Exorcist, and mate, let me tell you, it will fuck your head and give you the horror feels and not the jump scare kind, which is worse. I suggest watching it during the daylight." Another said The Pope's Exorcist looking like the best Exorcist horror I've ever watched since the Paranormal Activity franchise. Yo, fellow horror movie fans, do you really think I'm gonna take my I'm gonna take my horror movie recommendations from people that, and no hate to you if that's your point of view, but you know, Paranormal Activity in the list of, like, if you were to rate paranormal movies, you know, falls pretty down in the barrel. There are plenty of other paranormal movies that are way better. Paranormal Activity Part 1 was pretty good. I don't lie. Maybe Part 2. But subsequently, all the ones that came afterwards, it's like the Saw movies. Saw 1 is, like, the original one, is one of the best, like, gory horror movies out there. The premise, the story, the ending, amazing. But it had to create that clout for it. You feel me? Albeit it was a different time, though. But I don't know. The comparison between the Paranormal Activity franchise, I don't know. It makes me think like the person that made that comment doesn't watch horror movies like that. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the International Association of Exorcists, which was co-founded by Father Amorth himself, put out a statement blasting the film for inaccuracies, dismissing it as a splatter film. I didn't even know there was an International Association of Exorcists. It is said it was insulting in regard to the state of suffering experienced by those who are victims of extraordinary action by the devil. It added, the end result is to instill the belief that exorcism is an abnormal, monstrous, and fearful phenomenon whose only protagonist is the devil, whose violent reactions are faced with great difficulty. This is the exact opposite of what occurs with exorcisms celebrated in the Catholic Church. So it wasn't a hit with actual exorcists who claim to have exorcised real demons from people. That's hardly surprising given how things are exaggerated for dramatic effect. Anyway, if you'll excuse me, I need to buy another lock for the front door and a nightlight. The Pope's Exorcist is available to stream now on Amazon Video and Apple TV. I'll watch it. Fine. Join the Discord, and I'll put the end result there, and I'll tell you what I thought about the movie. I'm not convinced. I don't like Russell Crowe as an actor that much. I didn't really like A Beautiful Mind. Gladiator's okay. He's been in some shit movies after that, so I don't know. I don't trust his horror skills. Insanely hard 1% question sees all 9 1% club finalists get it wrong. Ladbible.com, written by Rhiannon England, published June 11th, 2023, and it says an insanely hard 1% question sees all 9 1% club finalists get it wrong. The hopeful contestants took to the podium to try their luck at the quiz, which sees 100 contestants put their common sense, logic, and intelligence to the test. However, every single one of them was thwarted at the extremely perplexing question. Okay, so the question is, what number comes next in the sequence? There's one, two, there's 7 rows, 6 of them have numbers. The first one is the number 1. Second row is 11. Third row is 21. Fourth row is 1,211. Fifth row is 111,221. The next row is 312,211. And then the seventh row has asterisks on it because that's the answer. What number comes next in the sequence? Chat, let me know if you figure this out. You know, I'm not getting anything. But it says, on the Aussie game show, any contestant who correctly answers a question that just 1% of the nation got right can win a share of up to $100,000 in cash. 100,000 Australian dollars in cash. But unluckily for this bunch, the prize money was not theirs to claim, considering they all failed to answer the question correctly. The 1% club host, Jim Jeffries, asked the contestants the highly anticipated 1% question. What number comes next in this sequence? You have 30 seconds to answer. Your time starts now. Flashed up on screen was a pyramid of numbers reading out from top to bottom. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. Jeffries alerted the quizzers at the 15-second as well as the 5-second mark before the timer eventually ran out. Just looking at the contestants' faces shows you just how puzzled they were by the insanely tricky question. If you're hearing the audio version of this, my man looks pretty confused. Has his hand over his mouth, doesn't know what's happening. Once the clock ran out, Jeffries then revealed the answer. 131122221. Damn. He continued, for everyone playing at home, let's have a look at the explanation. Count out loud what you see. So, 1, 1, then 2 ones, then 1, 2, and 1, 1, and so on. The host concluded the answer is 1, 3, 1, 1, 2 2s, and 2 1s. That's too many numbers for my head to comprehend, to be totally frank. Upon realizing no one got it right, Jeffrey said, "Aw man, that sucks." The episode has since made its rounds on social media, with one TikTok user posting, "Unless you've seen a puzzle like this before, I'd be amazed if someone got it within that amount of time." A second echoed, "Hard to get in 30 seconds if you've never seen it before, but I'm guessing that's the whole point." Well, they don't call it the 1% club for no reason. The explanation didn't help, admitted one baffled viewer, while a fourth said, "I got it, but had to pause it. Took over 45 seconds. Difficult one." Someone else wrote, "I've had it paused for 3 days and still don't get it." I'm gonna show my wife to see what she thinks. She's like really, really smart. But I won't give her the answer. I'll see if she can figure it out and gives me an answer to it. Okay, so here's another example of the same thing that I just talked about with horror films. So, Netflix fans so scared after watching horror film Ellie they can't sleep. Ladbible.com, written by Gregory Robinson, published June 10th, 2023. It says Netflix subscribers searching for a spooky horror film to watch got a lot more than they bargained for after watching Ellie. The creepy feature has given viewers sleepless nights. Which is exactly what you want after watching a horror film, right? Wow, a lot of these horror movies are having people experience sleepless nights. Isn't that coincidence? Wow. Isn't that something? Isn't it funny that every Marvel movie that comes out, when you see the commercial for it, and it's always like the second or third trailer that's released right before the movie comes out, and they always say, "That's 10 out of 10. Masterpiece. The best Marvel movie out there." Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, had that shit. The best one out there. Paul Rudd at his best. This is what a Marvel movie is made of. Have y'all seen that movie? Yeah? Yeah? When they can't allow the movie to speak for itself, they get these reviewers to write these things. The Last of Us 2, when it came out, before it came out, 10 out of 10, masterpiece. The best PS4 game to ever exist. And I give it an 8. I got 7.58 total. 10 out of 10. It was the best. This is a masterpiece. This is the best there is. And you cannot argue that. And the game hadn't even been released. So, I get it. Try to build momentum towards, the movie. Try to get people to watch it and stuff. But, you can talk about the movie at some point. But once you start saying that the movie is like the scariest thing you've ever watched. But then we just read another article. And they're saying that that's also the scariest movie they've ever seen. Gotta choose one. Right now, my own personal opinion, I've said it here before, I'll say it again, best movie production company right now is A24. They're making the banger movies. Maybe we can count out the that new The Weeknd one that just came out that people are fucking criticizing. They are dragging that shit through the ground. Wow, The Weeknd did not stand a chance with that one. He most certainly did not. He's not having a very good time, I'll tell you that much. Apparently there's the sex scenes are very cringy, and his acting is not very good, and overall, is it a series? I think it's a series. It's just not as interesting as people thought it was going to be. But then again, he's not an actor, so I don't know what people were expecting. Maybe he did the best he could, and that is the best that he could do, because he is an excellent musician. Listen, I've been hearing The Weeknd since he released his first mixtape a very long time ago. This was when his music was free, before he went really famous. If you followed his trajectory up until this point, yeah, dude, my man he's been making some really great music for a very long time, and he makes really good baby making music. He makes music to, yeah, dude, it makes you want to get down with someone. Do the dirty, the fucka chicka pow wow. Excellent music. So I'd highly recommend. I don't know if it's on Spotify though, but I think you can still find all of those Thursday, and you can find probably House of Balloons and all those old The Weeknd ones. You can probably still find them on DJ Mix Hip Hop, or one of those really famous mixtape websites that you can download them from, because they're definitely worth the money. They're definitely worth the time because they're free. They're not worth the money. Continuing on with another one that's Ellie. It doesn't even look like it would cause that. I don't know, Chad, have you seen this movie before? Because it doesn't seem like it's one. We're already starting wrong here. So Ellie focuses on a gravely ill young lad, played by Charlie Shotwell, who is believed to have an autoimmune condition. Little Ellie is taken to a facility inside a humongous and extremely unsettling mansion to be cured. The parents of the poorly 11-year-old are trying desperately to cure their son with no luck, which has seen him confined in a hazmat-style suit to avoid contact with others. They place their hopes in Dr. Isabella Horn, played by Lily Taylor, who carries out a bunch of painful procedures. The film leads viewers to think that Dr. Horn might have sinister intentions and a series of supernatural encounters, while at the mansion leaves Ellie, as well as the staff taking care of him, feeling absolutely petrified. Ellie believes the mansion is haunted, and Haley, played by Sadie Sink, a young girl he befriends, is the only person who believes him. Their interaction encourages him to try and get to the bottom of the weird paranormal moments at the facility. Ooh, I'm hungry. Yep, this will be my last article. All is revealed at the end of the film, where we finally found out why Ellie has been so unwell. The spooky build-up and the big reveal has been praised by Netflix subscribers on social media. One cheeky review shared on Twitter after the film's release in 2019 said, "Okay, so the new horror movie Ellie on Netflix, 10/10, do not recommend unless you want to lose sleep for a week." Sounds eerily similar to the other one that we just read about the Pope's exorcist. This new Ellie movie on Netflix is so scary. Help. Try to watch Ellie on Netflix. Now my scary ass can't sleep. Get the fuck out of here with that. It looks horrible. Okay. These are all little repeats. We'll move on to allthat'sinteresting.com. I'll read one article and then we're out. Trying to find something interesting. Oh, we'll end with this one. I actually saw this on the news. So listen to this. Again, allthat'sinteresting.com. Ecuadorian woman declared dead. Knocks on coffin during her own wake. By Amber Breese, edited by Jacqueline Anglis, published June 13th, 2023. This is real. This actually happened. And I saw the video of the lady, like, when she was in the hospital afterwards. And she was very much alive. After suffering cardiac arrest in the hospital, 76-year-old Bella Montoya was declared dead. She later surprised her family and her friends by resurrecting, quote-unquote, at her own wake. After 76-year-old Bella Montoya suffered a cardiorespiratory failure in a hospital in Ecuador last week, doctors there declared the retired nurse dead. Montoya's friends and family gathered for a wake that same day, and a few hours in, they were startled to hear a knocking sound coming from inside the coffin. After opening the wooden casket, they found that Bella Montoya was, in fact, very much still alive. The ordeal began last Friday when Montoya's family brought her to the hospital unconscious on arrival. Doctors there found her to be suffering from cardiac arrest and a possible stroke. After Montoya failed to respond to resuscitation, the doctor on duty declared her dead. Later that same day, the mourning family brought her to a funeral home to hold a wake with a small group of friends and family. Then, things started to get weird. Got that right. There were about 20 of us there, Montoya's son, Gilberto Barbera, told the Associated Press. About 5 hours after the wake, the coffin started to make sounds. My mom was wrapped in sheets and hitting the coffin, and when we approached, we could see that she was breathing heavily. The family immediately called for emergency services. The incident, captured on camera, shows the family helping Montoya in her casket and firefighters taking her back to the hospital. As of today, Montoya is still at the hospital and her prognosis remains uncertain. My mom is on oxygen. Her heart is stable. The doctor pinched her hand and she reacted. They tell me that's good because it means she is reacting little by little. Barbera told local newspaper El Universo, according to the BBC. As for Montoya's family, they are still trying to understand how this mistake could have happened. It gave us all a fright, Barbera told the Associated Press. Little by little, I am grasping what has happened. Now I only pray for my mother's health to improve. I want her alive and by my side, Barbera said, as reported by CBS News. Because she didn't even get an autopsy. So she was taken unconscious to the hospital and they just pronounced her dead and put her in a coffin. My true crime mind will automatically think, maybe she had some type of life insurance or something. Money hidden somewhere, or she had a bank account or something. I'm not saying that that's the case. And but she was taken to that hospital unconscious, and they just wanted to get rid of her to kind of stay with her money and whatnot. Because, again, she didn't go through the embalming process. It's pretty obvious, and they didn't do an autopsy. It's pretty obvious as well. So think about it. The whole process of confirming that someone is dead, because only when you're officially dead can you have those things happen to you. But she just went unconscious because she experienced a heart attack, and next thing you know, she wakes up in a coffin, screaming. Doesn't that sound a little bit funny to you? Doesn't that sound like there's an ulterior motive to this? Why were those steps skipped? She had a wake. Like, they just, like, put her, like... I don't understand. What if they gave her something to put her into, like, a state of coma, and they were just counting on her not waking up because she was going to asphyxiate in the coffin? Bro, this may sound like out of this world, but we have seen worst things done to people here on the King Angel Show. When we used to do True Crime and Murder Mystery Wednesdays. Hell, you can Google that shit. There will be plenty of cases that'll pop up about situations similar to this one. Kids that kill off their parents to be able to keep their life insurance, keep their money. So, I don't know. And I think what kind of drew me to thinking that is the last sentence that we just read. Little by little I am grasping what has happened. Now I only pray for my mother's health to improve. I want her alive and by my side. I don't know, to someone else that would be like, oh my god, that is so nice. But to someone that watches a lot of true crime, like, I don't know. Hey dude, maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's completely with the best faith and best intentions, and they really actually thought that that had happened and whatnot. But you know, people confirm death like that. Like, you know, you have to be declared dead. Like, they write, doctors like write that shit off. That goes into like your record. There's supposed to be like points that they take to before they actually declare someone dead. Finito. Let alone not going through the process of, at the bare minimum, embalming them or anything. Like, nothing, or like the whole funerary process, or like nothing at all. Just like literally they put her in a box, and they were just, in my opinion, again, mine alone, but it kind of seems like that's what they were trying to do. They were counting on that coffin doing the work for them. The incident has prompted a government investigation into the hospital and the doctors who declared Montoya dead. There's a conspiracy here. There's something happening. Something's going on. Someone was paid for this. Someone was paid. This was a plan. Something. The person, the kids, there's a family member that knows a doctor, knows one of them. Something happened, and I'm convinced that it's money. Because normally that's the reason why certain situations like this happen. Surprisingly, this isn't the first time something like this has happened this year. In January, a nursing home incorrectly declared one of its 66-year-old residents dead. When employees transported her to a funeral home, she woke up gasping for air. This February, funeral home staff in New York found an 82-year-old woman breathing while awaiting burial. Sometimes somebody may look like they're dead, but they're not quite dead. Dr. Stuart Hughes, a senior lecturer in medicine at Anglia Ruskin University School of Medicine, told the BBC, "Careful examination is necessary to confirm death." Dr. Hughes recommends that all medical professionals look for the key signs of life: pulse, heartbeat, and breath. So you're telling me that they didn't even take this person's pulse? Bare minimum shit. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't sit well with me. Something's going on. I mean, there was a case of like, what state was it? Was it Nevada? Or I think it was like Ohio or something. Of a funeral morgue. Well, they just uncovered a huge scandal where they were like selling people's organs, and they were like bodies that were taken into the morgue and shit. They were like cutting them up, taking their organs out and selling them on the black market. A huge ring of like teachers and students doing this shit. Bro. And they couldn't check someone's pulse or heartbeat to make sure that they're actually dead. And it's not the first time that that's happened. They've uncovered stories like that many, many times. It's, dude, it's human beings are so weird, bro. Like, it's sometimes I think, like, because now there are reports of, like, aliens and stuff and, like, extraterrestrials and shit. I'm like, what the fuck does an extraterrestrial want with us? What the fuck would we have to offer something that's coming from another planet or another dimension and stuff? Like, they take bodies into morgues and they take the organs out and sell them. The one I read, I remember seeing a documentary about it, and it was a funeral home, and it was in New York, and what they were doing was they were foreclosed, the ones that, you know, wakes where they didn't open, like, the caskets. The closed ones, dude, they were filling them with rocks, and they were, like, selling, like, the bodies and shit. Dead bodies. Human beings, like, we know no end to the barrel. It's an infinite downward spiral into some very weird shit. Alright, let's watch this video and then we'll say goodbye for today. Plan for next week.
La habían dado por muerte en el hospital. La tenían desde las 12 del día allá en la caja.
Okay, so basically what he's saying is this person they had her there for about 12 hours. They had brought her in, supposedly that she had passed away, but this is when they were starting to discover, after they had opened the casket, that they find that she was indeed very much alive.
Resulta que la señora está con vida. Tiene signos vitales. Ella está ahogando. Hemos llamado ya, aquí los vecinos han llamado al ECU 911, señora, tratando de reanimarla. No hay ambulancia, nos han dicho en el ECU 911. Tiene la pulsera. Con el nombre, sí. ¿Cuál es el nombre de la señora? Bella Yolanda Montoya Garza. Acá tiene todavía tiene el número de... Como podemos ver, han respondido ellos con su ambulancia y personal para hacer el respectivo traslado de la señora Bella Montoya. Pueden ver, la señora todavía tiene...
Yeah, this would have been so perfect with that audio that's on TikTok now. It's in Spanish, so it's ¿Sí me está grabando? Todavía sigo vivo, viejo pendejo. Karate came back. She's like, you're not getting rid of me like this. It's not happening this easily. I'm telling you, this is, I don't know, man. I may be wrong, but this looks extremely nefarious. There seems like a lot more to the story than just this. This was like the consequence. But there's a lot before it because... I know there was someone from that family. It's like, are you serious? Are you serious? That's what it looks like. A committee was formed to investigate the confirmation of Montoya's death and to review the hospital's protocols. I'm gonna keep an eye out on this because it seems like there's a scandal that's gonna pop up from this because it just doesn't seem normal. It doesn't. There's something behind all this. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna find out one way or another. I'm gonna keep an eye out on this story. Yeah, sweet. This was pretty interesting. Did a hell lot of news today. A lot of interesting stuff. I appreciate you being here. Have a very good weekend. You know where to find me, all across social media: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to further support me, there's 2 ways you can do that. You can use your Amazon Prime on Twitch. That'll definitely help me out a whole lot. I'd appreciate that support. You could also follow me on Twitch. That would also help me out a whole lot, and it'll notify you when I go live. Another way you can support me financially: Patreon. You can join my Patreon. I have a 7-day free trial going on right now that you can try out. Skim through the site. Let me know what you think. Check out the audio versions of the episodes. There's pictures, a little bit of everything. I think I even uploaded like this really old, and one of the ones that I use for my streams and whatnot. This really old EP that I created back in 2010. It's not the best, but I do use it a lot in my videos, so Patreon members get to enjoy that. And I will also be posting some playlists I have on Spotify that I'd love for you guys to check out. And hopefully community members will be able to post their own Spotify playlist and we can make comparisons. I love hearing new music, so bam. But again, that's Patreon, $2 a month. That's after the 7-day free trial. You can find all those links in the description box of this live stream or in the About section if you're watching me on Twitch. If you're hearing the audio version of this episode, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. That means you're supporting this small-time content creator. I acknowledge my beginnings. I acknowledge that I am a tiny little speck in this immense ocean of amazing content creators that are out there. But just being part of it, even for a split second, means the world to me. And of course, your support means the planet to me. All the planets combined in our galaxy. That's how much it means to me. So thank you very much. That'd be all for today. This was Coffee, the News, and Us. Here at the King Angel Show. Reactions, live streams, discussions. I'm King Angel, San Francisco Bay Area live streamer, content creator. Here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Have yourself a very great Friday. Remember, next week we will be... I'll do one day for book showing. I don't know. I'll pick something random. Maybe we'll do like magazines and whatnot. If you join the Discord, I can also just do it there as well. We can do like a longer hangout. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today. I do have a Discord event happening. We'll be watching a movie together. I'd love for you to join. Let me go ahead and post the link of said of said event. I'll do just Twitch first. Oh my goodness, I never opened up the one for YouTube. I apologize for that. If you were watching me there, I did not open the chat. But I popped it out now, and I will be posting the link as well here. And also, here is the Discord link as well for your... I have to also work on the bitrate and stuff for next episode because I don't want it to fall back into the ways that it was before. Can't have that. Alrighty. Well, you guys have a very wonderful day. Like I said before, happy Friday. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Your support means the world to me. Again, there will be some schedule changes. I'll keep you updated as to when that happens. Join the Discord, King Angel's Entertainment Lounge. I'll see you there. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Use that event link that I posted there. You can also scan the QR code right here with your phone. That'll take you to my link tree. All my links available there. Take it easy. Peace out. Have a great weekend, and this is the King Angel Show.